From courtroom precision to boardroom vision, this lawyer turned entrepreneur has built Dhunguru from the ground up, brick by brick. Today, our co founder Aditi Raj Sawhney candidly speaks as we get to know her on a rendezvous with Aishwarya. So, Aditi, is there any book that really made an impact on you and any takeaways from that you would want to share with us?
I read this book called The Secret. It is what got me into this whole idea of manifestation. I'm a very, very firm believer of manifestation, the concept of it. And that book introduced me to it. You know, when we say that whatever you wish for, if you really wish for it from your heart, the entire universe, it kind of gets together and to bring that thing to you. I really believe that it is the law of attraction, you know, like attracts like. The energies that you ooze out or the energy that you carry with you that is the same energy that you attract. So, and your thoughts, your ideas, they kind of form your life, they create your life. And that is something that I truly, truly believe in, that, you know, you should at all times be positive and think. I know it's not very easy. There are times when no matter how hard you want to think positively, you're not able to, and negativity creeps in. But the sooner you're able to take that out, the better, because you really attract like energies. And I'm a firm believer in that. And by that, I don't mean that, you know, you just keep wishing for it and it's going to happen to you. But it's a lot of work. Like you need to work towards it also. But always keep believing in yourself that yes, I will get there one day. Yes, I will get there one day.
That's how you also build the ideology for that, probably.
Yeah, exactly. And like when you tell yourself that you will do it, you kind of start acting in that direction, and everything kind of aligns together to get you there. So that is one. And then the last book I read was Ikigai. Ikigai is like purpose of life. So it is Japanese, in Japanese culture / tradition, you can say. It is believed that it is very important for you to find the purpose of your life, to have a more fulfilled, a longer and happier life. You know, if you do not have a purpose in your life, and it could be anything, it could be a hobby, it could be your own profession or anything, but it is very important to sort of have a purpose in life.
I think that's how, you know, the book that you were mentioning, The Secret, these two also have a connection, is because that's how you align your thoughts.
Yeah, everything.
Till the time you're not going to have that positive purpose in your life, you're not going to work towards it and align them.
Correct. So you have a purpose in life, like for everything that you do, the why behind it should be very clear to you.
Right. We all know it by now that it's been 3 exciting years of Dhunguru, and even for you to be an entrepreneur.
My first time.
First time. What are those things that have taught you in this entire journey? What are your lessons from it in Dhunguru, 3 years of your entrepreneurial journey?
The first one is, again, going back to the why that I said, that, you know, if you are planning to become an entrepreneur or to start something on your own and of your own, you should be very clear about why you're doing it. Like, why are you starting a certain business? Is it something that excites you? Is it your passion? Like, what is the reason behind getting into it? Because it's not one rule fit all thing, but I think most entrepreneurs, I think it's safe to say that they have a struggle. Like the initial few years of starting any business is a lot of struggle. Some people do get lucky and everything just hits the right spot. But for most of us, it's a struggle. And when you're struggling, a lot of times you ask yourself that, why am I doing this? You know, why did I start? Why did I get myself into it? And when that why comes, it is very important for you to have this why. That this is why I'm doing it. This is the purpose behind it. This is why I started it.
The initial why that you ask yourself.
And that sort of keeps you going. So when you when you have a reason to fall back on, that really helps you get going or keep going, basically. The second very, very important thing when you decide to get onto this entrepreneurial journey is that you should be willing to wear any hat, you know, and be willing to get into any role that it requires. Again, not something that applies to everybody. A lot of entrepreneurs or people, when they start a business, they are lucky and they're fortunate to have partners because there are certain main rules when you start a business. Like you need, if it's a tech-based thing, you need a tech person. You need somebody to cater to the finance side of it, somebody to handle the marketing part of it, somebody to handle operations. So you're extremely lucky if you've got like all those brains aligned. But again, a lot of times it doesn't happen. Like in our case, Karthik and I, we none of us has any musical background. We are like, I'm not a seasoned entrepreneur. He's had his businesses, multiple businesses
Yes.
over these years. But again, no musical background, no tech background. And we did not even have a partner, like a tech partner or a friend who was helping us out with it. So we were two people completely clueless about any of these things. And yet we just started. All we had was this vision that we,
And day one से भी, the moment they got one student or customer, वहाँ से इन लोगों ने खुद से demo booking से लेकर
Yeah, we've done
converting
it all.
sales, they've really done it all. And one really has to be on the floors to be witnessing that. I mean every word of it when I say it.
So when we were starting, like I'll tell you about myself, I was completely curious of what building a company or what starting a business is all about. For me, I had this idea that I was working on, something that excited Karthik a lot, something that excited me a lot. And when I started, it was more like I'm going to be helping him with this, with probably the legal part of it, or basically helping him start this thing and take it to some level. And a little before, I didn't even know it, and I was basically doing everything. You never know what you might have to do, and not just that, not that you might have to do. It is very important for you to know every aspect of your business. More than anything, it is important for you to know what you're doing and what people at the base level are
उसका
doing.
पूरा
that-
cycle क्या है, you know
because
it.
everything is connected.
Correct.
Everything has an impact on the other function. We'll be blessed if today we get a head of marketing, a head of sales, a head of tech. And
Yes.
we'd love that. Who would not?
Yes.
And that's the ultimate plan. We can't scale with Karthik and I doing everything or being a part of everything. It is important for you to know everything. I just keep coming back to that. And I think that now that we are at that stage and we know everything, I don't think there'll ever be a point where we would not be a part of it. Of course, we won't probably be as involved in it, but to have an overview of everything that's happening is important. When you're bootstrapped, every step that you take is very crucial. Very crucial. You have to be very cautious of every step you're taking and every move you're making. So it's cautious. And also, like I said, when you head something, it is important for you to be aware of. You cannot not be aware of something that's going on, what's going on in your business.
Even in the previous podcast that Aditi mentioned,
We did not want to rush into anything. We wanted to follow the tortoise approach, slow and steady. So we wanted to be sure of what we are doing, like understand that completely ourselves before we got other people on board and sort of share this with them.
her approach has been of that of a tortoise,
Yeah.
slow and steady.
Slow and steady. We should never compare ourselves. Like you should not compare your chapter 1 with somebody else's chapter 8 because everybody started from here and
I think-
eventually you get to that point. So one, you should not compare yourself. But even if you are doing that, there are times when it's healthy to compare
Yes.
yourself, just to seek inspiration also. But it should never be in a negative light. Like that, why aren't we still there, or why are we so slow? Because
Or be
everybody's
disheartened about it.
Yeah, like everybody's got their own journey, and there's no race, there's no. It's not competition. You're doing your own thing, and you should just focus on that and try to make that big, at whatever pace suits you.
Absolutely, that is absolutely right. Not with chapter 1 and chapter 8 of others, chapter 1 and chapter 1 of others. Everyone has their own journey and you gotta travel through it.
And you should just enjoy where you are and what you're doing. That's very important.
Like you said, वो
very,
why
very
का purpose अगर आपको पता है, then just enjoy through
Yeah.
it. Is there any quote or any saying that has hit you hard or stayed with you forever, or maybe that inspires you to date?
The one that hit me hard, not in but something that has stuck with me
Yeah.
Ever since I've read it is that the 4 words that have crushed more dreams than anything else in this world are, what will people say? So never care about what others are thinking about you or any opinion that people may be forming of you, because at the end of the day, you are what matters. And the only person whose opinion of you that matters is the one that you look at when you look in the mirror. That's it. So you should only care about what you're doing. If you know that what you're doing is right, just go for it.
Absolutely.
And there's another thing that I kind of live by. It is by the Dalai Lama that the only purpose of life is to be happy. So just be happy, that's it.